Welcome in to a special presentation of A Deadman's Books, where today we're going to be reviewing the film of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, our book of the year. My wife, Mary Beth, is joining me, and she loves to watch movies and she loves to watch shows, and so hopefully she can be our expert on these adaptations, because I watch them sometimes, but most of the time I'm just reading the book somewhere in the house while she's watching a show. We're going to talk about things that we liked about the movie, things we didn't like about the movie, some of the key differences that we thought about those two things, and also we kind of get off on some tangents about the South and about just living in general, I think. But without waiting any longer, here is your bonus episode of A Deadman's Movies with my wife, Mary Beth. We're talking about Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, directed by Clint Eastwood. What made you like the movie so much?
I think I liked the story because it was just, the characters were very intriguing. I love southern cities. I love Charleston. That's my favorite city. And I love the history of southern cities and just the colorful characters that were painted out in the story. I think that drew me in initially, and then the mystery of the murder and the intrigue surrounding Jim Williams as a character.
Do you feel a little tied to Jim Williams because he was so obsessed with historical preservation, and I know that that's your thing? Do you feel maybe like a soft spot in your heart for him?
I think that's part of what also initially drew me in, was his house and the architecture that was described in the book. And I think, I identified with that side of Jim Williams because he started from nothing and made something of himself through historic preservation, specifically furniture, which I have dabbled in myself.
Yeah, there's Kelly. Oh, here she is. Now I can do just like Matt Gorley. Can you talk into the mic? You're usually very talkative. Okay, so you've read the book, most of it, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about the differences between the two? Because I know what I thought about the differences between the two, but what did you think about the differences between the two?
Between the movie and the book?
Yeah. Which one did you prefer?
I think the book went more in depth with the characters, obviously, as most books do. But I think that their eccentricities have set that book apart, just being such colorful characters. And the book went more into detail about their history. It took more time on each one, giving kind of their story, and that was a benefit that the book had over the movie. But the movie moved faster for me, and I think that helped me. It hooked me in quicker than the book would have had I not known the full story going into it.
How far did you get in the book?
I was somewhere in the trial, and I kept falling asleep when I would start reading about the trial.
The first one or the
I think I was in the second
Okay.
trial.
That was something that I didn't like about it, was that they didn't show that he had to go through all those trials and retrials, because it just kind of seemed easy for him. And I know I was talking to you tonight about how he had that moment where he was going to perjure himself because he was so desperate that he thought that would get him, I guess, free. Mm-hmm. And they didn't really, that part was in the movie, but the consequence wasn't there because of it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I didn't like that part in the movie, that they just kind of, because I do feel like the movie had some of the characters in it, but it didn't really focus on the characters.
Yeah, I think the movie kind of brushed over that part of that detail of the murder trial, of him being so willing to perjure himself to get off the hook. And I think that kind of deepened your understanding of his mental space in that, of Jim Williams' mental space in throughout the trial, and kind of what desperate lengths he would go to maintain.
Well, in the book,
his
he talks a lot of. He kind of alludes that he thinks that his money and status will get him free. He was almost untouchable, and then he kind of started to realize that he wasn't.
Yeah,
and that really wasn't in the movie. I don't feel like. Also, I think that the movie really focused on the relationship between the guy that was supposed to be John Barrett and then the girl that was kind of Joe Odom's girlfriend. And then remember, they were like a thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I didn't remember the part that she was Joe Odom's girlfriend, but he did first meet her at that party.
Yeah. Do you remember in the book he had that girlfriend that he wouldn't marry? And she kept saying that Joe was her divorce lawyer in the book. And she kept saying, I'm waiting for my lawyer to file the divorce paperwork. Because she was trying to get a divorce with her husband and he wouldn't do it. And she ended up finally leaving him. I think that she was kind of supposed to be representative of her to an extent. Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't at all her storyline in the movie.
No, I don't think so.
She was just a single girl.
Yeah. But I think they had the same name.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember that part either.
She was a minor character, all in all, I guess.
Did you know that was Clint Eastwood's daughter?
No.
And
Did Clint Eastwood direct?
He was the director of the movie, yeah.
Interesting.
So what do you think about it now? It's still the same.
The same.
He's done some good movies, though.
I like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Did you know that this was like Jude Law's first appearance?
No.
But he was only in it just for a second. But
so how old was Jude Law?
I don't really know. I can look, but
I mean, he portrayed Danny well, but his accent was not good.
Well, I guess it's like when we watch Sons of Anarchy and Charlie Hunnam in the first couple seasons, you don't realize how bad his accent was until you've watched it all the way through. Mm-hmm. And then you go back. Jude Law was 24 in that movie.
I would have thought he was younger than that.
Yeah, he looks a lot younger. But that's not really how I envisioned Danny to look, was Jude Law. What about you?
No, I thought he would be a lot more scraggly looking.
Yeah, but I thought Kevin Spacey nailed Jim.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, you were the one that told me that John Barrett tried to tell Kevin Spacey that he didn't really talk like Jim Williams, because remember you said that Kevin Spacey said that he got his accent for Jim Williams from listening to tapes from the third trial. Mm-hmm. But that John Barrett had said that he was kind of hooked to some drugs at that point.
Mm-hmm. And didn't really sound like himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the way he talked was like, it just painted such a picture of a Southern gentleman. And
is that how they really talk down there?
Yeah.
You think so?
I feel like in the old, like,
in the old days.
No, like the 40s. Like people who are born, in like the 30s and 40s. I feel like they grew up talking like that. I have known men from Alabama that have that accent.
That's Alabama.
I mean, it's a neighboring state. I feel like it's pretty close.
Shout out to our listeners in Sylacauga. You have a great pizza place.
We've been through there. We love your town.
Yeah. Well, at least your pizza place. No, it was a nice town.
Yeah, there was that little shop that we walked to right there.
Yeah.
And
I did
it
like
was a cute little old town.
That was on the way to Destin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was Annie's first beach trip.
Mm-hmm. And we took the back roads, from there.
Why did we do
way.
that? Did our GPS tell us to?
I think so, but I don't regret it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Except the 2-lane highway that we stayed on for like 3 hours.
Yeah, but I can remember coasting down that forever because our gas mileage was like 99.9 for a little bit.
Mm. Good times.
Sometimes I think about going back through there when we're going to St. Augustine, but that would be kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it would be very out of the way.
And then that would defeat the purpose of our midnight runs to avoid Atlanta traffic.
Yeah.
But I've never met anyone in St. Augustine that talks like that.
But I think that's different.
What about Hilton Head? We've not met anybody at Hilton Head that talks like that.
Well, but that's South Carolina. They have their own thing going on.
Yeah, but Hilton Head and Savannah are what, 45 minutes apart from each other?
I don't know.
That's closer than us in Nashville.
Maybe we should just go to Savannah and find out how they really talk.
Speaking of that, Josh Haston just texted me, and I know he's listening, so shout out to my best friend, Josh Haston, and his lovely wife, Alice, who we don't get to see enough of. He and Alice, well, I'll show you the picture he sent me. He and Alice honeymooned in Savannah.
Aw.
Look, this is hanging on there.
Oh, wow. That's the cover, basically.
Yeah, it's the bird girl.
Yeah.
So, Miss Linda Taylor, who loves this book as well, and you had her in high school, she said that the bird girl, they've taken her out of that cemetery because people were tearing pieces of her off.
Oh, that's a shame.
So what do you think about that?
That's terrible. That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't have nothing.
That's why we can't have nice things. That's what our kids would do.
They would not.
You don't think that they would do that?
They would tear parts of her off?
I think that they would.
No. Oh,
You don't think so?
I hope not. How do you even tear a part of a statue off?
I mean, how do they break most of the stuff that they break?
That's a really good point.
So, Lady Chablis, you've read the book.
Mm-hmm.
You've read the important parts where you know that she's not as centered into the story as she was in the movie.
Right.
Were you okay with that?
Yeah, I was okay with that.
Why?
Well, I think, okay, is your question, why was she not in the book as much as she was in the movie?
No, my question is, I loved Lady Chablis. Might be my favorite character in the book, maybe. I do love Joe Odom. But I feel like that Joe was a little underplayed. There were a lot of characters that were missing out of it. Or,
in the movie.
Yeah, or they were like very lightly underplayed. Well, like Luther Driggers, you know, he had that water or that poison that he was going to threaten to throw into the river or the water supply. And he only kind of showed up in that cafe for just a minute. But Lady Chablis she was like the star witness, but her and Jim Williams didn't really even know each other in real life.
Yeah.
So are you okay with her being that big of a difference in the movie?
I think yes, because she added so much to the movie. I think she was who he mainly used to illustrate the characters that you find in Savannah. And she was they all were to an extent real people, but she played herself in the movie.
That was really her
so
too. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think, Kelly? I don't know. I think she really just added so much to the movie. I did not mind her being a main character.
What did you think about her playing herself?
I think that's awesome. I think who better to play the Lady Chablis than
her? No one else could play her.
No.
Yeah.
How would you even replicate that? I mean, no way.
Well, did you know that the woman, I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head.
The piano player. Is that where you're going?
She played herself. Yeah. And then the lady that Courtney said that she thought that she was, that pulls the gun out.
Yeah.
She played herself as well.
I didn't realize that was really her.
There were a lot of the women from the Card Society. Do you remember reading about them? They were at the party, one of the parties at Jim Williams' house. They were kind of like the side guests and stuff. Yeah.
So, but I mean, they all kind of talk like that, you know?
That's true.
So that has to be.
It just seems like such a caricature.
Well, for him, it was. So maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That goes into, do you think that we're really Southern?
Tennesseans? I'm leaning more towards no, as much as I hate to admit that.
I think that we are Appalachians.
Yeah, I'm leaning more into my Appalachian heritage.
I do think, though, that... No, I mean, we were part of the South. Yeah, you would consider us part of the South, but... What are your check marks for... This is going a different direction.
Okay.
What are your check marks for being a part of the South?
We have regular biscuits. Not like soda biscuits, which I don't even know what that is, but I've heard
like
that's what they have up north. We have sweet tea. You can order sweet tea in any restaurant, even the fancy ones, and they know what you're talking about. And it is sweet enough. and we flatten our eyes sometimes.
Well, okay, now that's a Tennessean thing, though.
Flattening eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well,
I thought it was
remember,
just a Southern thing.
I told you about how we went to, when we were at one of our friends' wedding in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And they were saying how they were making fun of the way that we talked.
Yeah, but are they Southern? Is North Carolina
Well, see, a lot
Southern?
of people consider North Carolina very much Southern.
Okay, well.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess it is. We are too.
I guess.
I just don't think that we're like deep South.
Yeah, we're not like Alabama, Georgia.
Mississippi.
Yeah, we're not like that Southern.
Yeah.
But I think we're a little Southern.
If Tennessee wasn't in the South, it would miss us.
Yeah, something like that.
We worship college football.
Mm-hmm.
Even you watch college football.
Yeah.
We have biscuits, real biscuits. We invented Cracker Barrel.
Right.
Sweet tea.
We cook with a lot of butter.
Lots of butter.
The stereotypical things.
We invented country music.
Yeah.
We also invented the blues.
And bluegrass. Wait, that was Kentucky.
Yeah. See, but I don't think Kentucky's a part of the South.
Interesting. We digress.
It's okay. Anyways, if I'm not making fun of the way they talk, I just can't, it just seems like such a typical thing.
Oh, I love the way that they talk. I wish I talked like that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm glad that you don't.
It's so
I love the way that you talk.
romantic. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I dread listening to myself on this podcast because I hate the way that I talk.
No, you sound great. That also goes back to when we worked at Averett. Remember how people could quickly identify that we were from Tennessee?
Yeah.
That's how I learned how they could do that.
People got creepy real quick with it.
Yeah. And remember Mr. Worsham, my advisor from Lipscomb?
Yeah.
He told me that he thought that we in the Upper Cumberland had a specific dialect as well.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. He said that we had like a specific way of talking. I've even had someone from Cookeville tell me that they knew that I was from Sparta by the way that I said Sparta.
Okay. That's a little far.
It's very Cookeville. No, I'm just kidding. We love Cookeville.
We just got back from there, actually, so.
His lawyer was the judge. He played him as the judge in the movie. Yeah.
That's true.
And then Uga was in it.
Yeah.
But I've slowly started to develop a subtle hatred for Georgia Bulldogs. So.
But Uga's so cute.
Yeah. Have I told you that story? That story about James Guth texting me when he was working at Vandy? He had that Georgia had. He
said Uga had his own golf cart.
No, James had to get a golf cart
for Uga.
For Uga because he couldn't walk places, and he texted me. He said, "All I've done is hauled Uga's fat ass around all day."
Poor Uga, he deserves it. He probably has a hard life.
I'm sure that it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
But Uga's in the very beginning. Do you think that that's the real Uga? I bet it's not. I bet it might be.
I bet it is. For sure.
Well, Sonny Sealers was still alive then, so and he was still on, so I bet that was the real Uga.
He was in the movie, so yeah, I think it's Uga. He had connections.
Yeah. John Cusack played John Barrett. Mm-hmm. What did you think about the job that he did? He kind of seemed outsider-ish to me.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to get at, that he was an outsider.
I think in the movie, I think he was a little more approachable in the movie than he probably actually was in real life. And I think that he was probably, and I may be remembering it wrong because it's been months since I've read or watched this, but it seemed like he was more like well received and welcomed in when he told people he was going to be writing this book.
In the book.
In the movie, he was more well received. Like, I feel like in the book, weren't there some people who were like kind of not threatening him, but like, you don't want to do this kind of thing?
Well, I think Joe Odom thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
But you remember Joe Odom kept being like, well, I'll do this because you got to promise when you make a movie out of this that... Did you know that Joe Odom died before the book was released?
No.
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
So he never got to read it.
Mm-mm. And then they made a movie 3 years later. And
How did he die?
I can't remember. I'd have to look.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I just know that he died before the book came
How
out.
old was he?
Not very old.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I really did like him.
I like his character.
I kept wanting him to like get it together. I think he had so much potential.
I think that I don't think that he was upset with the way that he lived.
No,
though.
he was unbothered.
I think that he was
sure.
enjoying himself. Joe Odom was 43 years old when he died.
Oh.
He died in November 2nd, which is our daughter's birthday, 1991. Let's see. It says he had AIDS.
Oh, wow.
How about
What?
that? 1991, died from AIDS.
I didn't know he lived that lifestyle.
I mean, he lived a pretty rowdy lifestyle.
He did, but I didn't know that came into play.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Maybe
How about that?
Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was a drug needle. Who knows?
I don't know. Oh gosh. We have not been to Savannah. We've been close.
Mm-hmm.
You've not been.
I've been.
Oh, you've
but
been.
it was just a day trip, and we just like hit the main squares, like just a few squares. I don't even remember going to Bonaventure. I think we just went to like the squares and took pictures, and that was it.
But you didn't even know really.
I had no idea this was
How
even
about
a
that?
book at that time.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We need to go. I would like to go. It's just hard. It's hard for me to say no to St. Augustine. You know that.
Yeah, but like the guy in the book, it's so cheap. Like, I mean, when we looked at the Airbnb prices, it's so cheap for a weekend. Why not just go on a long weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, a long weekend though.
We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That part blows my mind too. Like, it's such a beautiful city. Why is it so cheap?
I wish it was. I know that it's close to the beach, but I wish it was closer because it's on a river. It's not on the coast.
Yeah, but you don't go to Savannah for the beach.
But I love the beach.
I know.
Would we go to Tybee or would we go to Hilton Head? I would like to go to Tybee.
Well, Tybee, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Savannah's beach.
I think it's like both.
Oh.
Yeah. I like Hilton Head, but sometimes I feel like we don't fit in there. What do you think?
Yeah. We're not we don't have our pinkies out far enough for those people.
We love you, St. Augustine.
You're our people.
Why can't we get a listenership there?
Maybe a sponsorship where we have to go down there.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes.
Who could sponsor us?
Oh, the Scoop. They would
The
definitely
Scoop.
sponsor us.
Oh. I'm going to bring my microphones in there one day.
Oh my gosh.
What's cool though is they remember us.
I know. Every year. They're
Every
like,
year.
oh, hey guys.
Yeah. It's been a year since we saw you.
It's our wild kids.
Maybe.
It's hard to forget them when they come in your business.
O.C. Watts, we could get them to sponsor. Columbia. Yeah.
Our new favorite.
Mm-hmm.
One of our.
Yeah. And Realty Cafe.
Oh, or the Kookaburra.
Oh, yeah, the Kookaburra. I like the Realty Cafe, though. Did you read the parts about Minerva?
Yes.
Okay.
Like where they go to the...
And how, I mean, I don't know. I think her witchcraft played a role into the trial.
I mean, call it what you may, but there are definitely forces at play there that I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah.
But...
I think that it had something to do with it.
Yeah. She's got something going on.
I thought it was interesting, though, that they made sure to include her in the movie. Of all, which she had a big impact in the trial, but of all the people that they skipped over, she had a prominent role.
But also, she's the person who takes him to, quote unquote, midnight in the garden.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
That scene couldn't have happened
yeah.
without her.
That's true.
So they kind of had to have Minerva.
What do you think about Jim Williams' death?
It was definitely intriguing. It's sad to me that he shot himself, right?
No, he just collapsed.
Just killed over.
Yeah.
So
because remember, Minerva went back to Danny's grave in I guess in real life, and she was trying to talk him in because Jim Williams was still feeling like I guess anxiety. Mm-hmm. And she was trying to talk to Danny's ghost and try to get him to let things be.
Yeah,
and she could hear him laughing at them. And he said, or I can't remember if she said he was going to like haunt him or something. And she said, this isn't going to be good. And then a couple weeks later, Jim Williams was dead.
Yeah.
And almost in the same spot that Danny died.
Kind of blew my mind. Like, the coincidences are just kind of spine chilling. But it's so sad that I don't know if it's right for me to say it's sad, because clearly, I mean, spoiler alert, he killed someone.
Yeah, I think he killed him. So
I don't know if it's right for me to say that it's sad that he finally had his freedom and then died, but I think it's just ironic that he, after all that he went through to gain his freedom back, he died. Like, he was never going to have that freedom if he had just I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it all played out, and it raises an eyebrow that he died in almost the same exact spot, definitely in the same room, but almost the same spot as the person that he murdered.
With all that witchcraft going on too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't call me woo-woo, but I feel like that plays a role.
I think there's a reason we have to try to avoid that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
How can we rate the movies? I don't really know how to do this.
What do you mean?
Well, on the books we do 1 to 5 stars because Goodreads has 1 to 5 stars, and then I do 1 to 20 because I'm crazy. But then, we've been talking about my new metric. How much would you pay for this at McKay's? Mm-hmm. I don't know what that would apply to this or not.
Would you pay to rent it again on Amazon Prime?
Oh, yeah, because it's what, like $3.95?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would too.
It's entertaining.
If we had time, we could have watched it tonight. I would have watched it tonight.
Yeah, I would have too. I would have enjoyed it. I don't think I would have fallen asleep. I don't know. That's debatable.
Better than, let's see. We should pick a movie as a benchmark. For some reason, my mind was going to James Bond, just because we've watched so many James Bonds together. Mm-hmm.
That's not fair, because James Bond is kind of an obligatory favorite because it's like got all this tradition tied to it.
Mm-hmm. Better, but I'm trying to think of like better than From Russia with Love or worse than From Russia with Love.
I would say just watchability, entertainment factor, it's better than any James Bond movie that I've ever watched.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I feel like
better
you're disappointed in that. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I think so. I mean,
why is that?
Well, James Bond movies always have this moment where I'm a little bit like, I don't really care what's going on right now. Like, it just kind of loses me
got like
somewhere
that movie lull
in the middle.
Yeah.
And this never did. I was like on the edge of my seat. I kept reminding you, like, hey, let's watch that movie.
Yeah,
let's finish that movie tonight. Can we finish that movie tonight? And
I think I was the one falling asleep during this one as opposed to you.
Yeah. It really drew me in. Usually I'm not like that.
Maybe that's how we should have you rate them. Would I fall asleep?
Yeah. Well, I just literally said I don't think I would fall asleep if we watched it again. Like,
yeah.
First 30 minutes.
Why were you so like into it?
I don't know. I guess the character. I mean, that can't be stated enough. Like how colorful the characters in this story are, and it's just so funny to think that these are real people. Mm-hmm. That, like, there was literally a man that carried around a bottle of poison, and had flies or June bugs or whatever they were.
Oh yeah,
with strings on their legs. Yeah. Like, that really happened.
Yeah.
What? Like, it's just unbelievable to think.
Do you think people like that live here? Yes. Yeah, let's be honest, they do.
Maybe not that crazy. Well, not that visibly crazy. I don't know, though. Maybe. Yes.
So would you... okay, I got one. I got the scale. Would you rent this on Amazon or would you buy this on Amazon?
But my cheapness really comes into play there. I think I would just rent it. I would just rent it again. I'd be fine to just rent it like once a year and just watch it once a year.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That'll be our new scale. Would you avoid it? Would you watch it for free? Mm-hmm. Would you find it on like Tubi?
Yeah.
Would you rent it on Amazon or would you buy it on Amazon?
Yeah.
That'll be our scale.
Like, if you couldn't find it for free, would you pay money to watch this movie? Yes or no? And yes, I would.
I would, yeah. I don't know that I would buy it. I
don't think I'd buy it. But I would definitely rent it again.
Yeah.
For $4.
Because I'm thinking about when we actually do finish the circle.
We're gonna finish.
Yeah, we
got to
finish it. Yeah, we got to finish it. So when we finish it, we already know what that one's going to be. That's kind of what made me
Yeah.
think about that. Because that one is on Tubi.
I wouldn't even watch it again for free, and I've only made it through the first 30 minutes.
It was not good.
So.
But we got to do it. It's for our fans.
So many fans.
Our 3 fans in Sylacauga, Jason Crockett, Josh Haston, Hannah
Our
Randolph,
children.
our future children. Yeah.
Our current children who
Courtney
will be listening
Ferris.
to this in the future.
Yeah. I don't know if Nathan Aaron really listens or not. I'm just going to shout out. This is like on Patreon when they're going through their stuff.
Josh Haston.
Yeah. Alice Haston.
Hey, maybe we should get a Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't make very much because we only have these
The
fans.
2 people I think that are listening in Lewisham, I probably said that wrong, in the United Kingdom, thank you. If you're still listening, those of you, or the one of you in Dublin, Ireland, thank you. I don't know your name.
So cool, though.
Our new listener from Berlin, Germany. Hope you enjoyed it. What would you say to our kids if they're listening
Bye, guys.
when we could potentially be dead?
Mom loves you.
Dad loves you.
Mama loves you.
Oh gosh.
Because you're still going to be calling me that when you're 40.
Hopefully you guys are living exciting lives and you're not at home right now. You're at the grandparents up the hill.
Mammy and Pappy.
Mammy and Pappy's. I didn't want to say that.
Too late. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You got to embrace it. That's part of our Appalachian roots.
You're good kids. I'm proud of you.
You're going to make me cry. We love you guys.
Hope
You're the
that
best
you
kids ever.
hope when I die at the age of 95, hope you guys take me to watch some football before I die.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
In the next episode.
So long.
Bye.